What's up, everybody? In this video, I'll be showing you what needs to be done in order for you to make $120,000 in your wholesaling business this year. So take out a pen and paper and let's get into it. So now the first and most important thing whenever it comes to making $120,000 this year in your wholesaling business is you must have a plan in place. If you don't have a plan in place, I promise you, you're pretty much planning to fail. So my recommendation is to have a 1-year plan, 3-year plan, and a 10-year plan. In the 1-year plan, of course, you're going to be extremely detailed about the goals that you want to accomplish over the next 365 days. Your 3-year plan, you can have something that's saying that, hey, in 3 years, I want to have 10 employees. I want to be generating $1 million in revenue in my wholesaling business. And your 10-year plan can be more on a passive side. You can say, hey, I want to have 300 doors and I want them all to be multifamily units. So you want to have apartment complexes in 10 years. Those are goals that you can set now that's going to help keep you motivated and let you know that the work that you're doing today is going to help pay off in the long run. So the reason why having a plan in place is so important is because right now we're in the beginning of the year. You are extremely motivated, and that's probably why you're looking at this video right now. You're ready to get started. You have pretty much 365 days this year to actually accomplish your 1-year goal. But what if you don't have these plans in place and February and March roll around and you're not seeing any results and you're working? 9 times out of 10, you're going to get discouraged and you're going to quit. But if you look at your 1-year plan and you have these goals in place, what that would actually do is keep you focused even if you're not motivated to get it done. And guess what? That's going to help you make that $120,000 this year. So let me give you an example. So every single month, if we want to close 1 deal a month, we know we have to make $10,000 each month over the next 12 months. The very first thing that we need to do, we need to figure out how many leads it would actually take to generate 1 deal a month. When you first starting out, you're not gonna know that number. You'll be trying to base it off of other people's KPIs, but what you need to do, especially if you're a beginner, just say, hey, every 1 in 50 leads is gonna equal a deal in my business. Now, it may not work out that way. You may close a deal 1 in every 10 leads, or 1 in every 15 leads, or 1 in every 25 leads. But if you set that goal to close 1 in 50, you won't be so tied up in the numbers at the beginning, because in 1 in 50 leads, you should definitely be able to get a deal closed. As time goes on and you continue to collect more data on your wholesaling business, you'll be able to tell how many cold calls it takes to generate a lead. You'll be able to tell how many texts it takes to generate a lead, how many Google ads it takes to generate a lead, and you'll be able to tell how many Facebook ads it would take to generate a lead. You have a lot of people here that tell you, get on the phone and just crank out a whole bunch of calls and eventually you'll get a deal. Don't listen to that advice. If you go in as an analytical type person and you track your numbers and you see that it takes you 500 calls to generate 1 lead, every 50th of lead that you make an offer on, you close on that lead. You know, okay, if I bring somebody on to make calls for me and I make calls as well too, that's going to speed up the process of me getting a deal every single month. Or that may help me get 2 deals a month instead of having just 1. So that's why tracking the numbers are very important. And like I said, don't let anyone tell you that it's not. And some other important KPIs that you would want to track in your wholesaling business is your cost per lead and your cost per deal. Like I said, whenever you first start out, of course, you won't have that information because you haven't closed the deal yet and you haven't generated a whole lot of leads yet. So once you do start to get that data in, you can track that and say, hey, I know if I spend $500, that's going to generate 3 or 4 leads. So if I dump $1,500 to $2,000 into it, that's going to double or triple the amount of leads that come into the business. So that's going to get me to the 50 offers way quicker. So you got to keep those in mind too. And like I said, as time goes on, you're going to continue to add more ways that you can track this type of information. It's just going to help you run your wholesale business more efficiently. Now, if you enjoyed this video so far, please just hit the like button, subscribe, and click the notification bell. And that'll show YouTube that this video is valuable and they'll push it out to a larger audience. And another thing, leave a comment down below. Let me know, what are your struggles right now in your wholesaler business and what you would like for me to make a video on to help you succeed. And let's get back into the video. Now, once you have your goals and your KPIs and your target KPIs and everything in place, it's time to put your goals in action. You know you want to generate 50 leads a month in order to get a deal per month. So basing strictly off of your budget that you have set every month, that will determine how many leads you can generate and how many deals that you can get closed with the proper training. If you go through all my videos and you watch every single video on cold calling, how to send text messages, about the wholesale process and everything, you should be good to go. Now, if you have, let's say, $100 to $500 marketing budget, of course, you need to focus on cheaper forms of marketing. But if you have $1,000 to $2,000 to $3,000 marketing budget and you can afford to bring a virtual assistant on, and you also have a solid understanding for each role in your wholesaling business, such as lead manager, acquisition, dispositions, cold callers, text messengers, then you can start filling in those positions and also dump money into the marketing to help generate the leads. So if you have one person cold calling and you also cold calling as well and sending text messages, then you're going to generate those 50 leads way quicker than someone that has a $500 marketing budget and it's only them in the business. And like I said, you must have a solid foundation, because you can also just throw money at your wholesaling business and don't get any results because you don't understand what you're doing. So make sure that the training and the understanding and the foundation is there. Now, if you're not really ready to give up the cold calling position, but you know every single week that you go in, you clean up your list, you recycle the list back through whatever softwares you're using to market, you can bring an admin in to do that work for you overnight, especially if they're overseas in a different time zone. They can be getting that done for you overnight. So whenever you get up in the mornings or in the evenings, you're ready to go on the phones. So if you're not ready to get a cold caller or somebody to send text messages, that may be your next best option in order to start generating leads and help take some of the small tasks that's not income generating tasks off of your plate. There are just so many different things that you can actually do if you have a large enough marketing budget that can help fast track you to getting one deal per month. Next, it's time to figure out what marketing channels that you'll be using in your wholesaling business. You can send text messages, you can make cold calls, you can send direct mail, you can use Google ads, you can use Facebook ads, you can drive for dollars, and some of them are more expensive than others, like I mentioned earlier in the video. And in my opinion, I would just use the cheapest forms of marketing, especially when you first starting out, because that'll give you the ability to reach out to more sellers at a cheaper cost, and that may keep your cost per deal way lower. It's going to be a different type of lead whenever you are using these cheapest form of marketing, because if you're going to use something such as Google ads, that's going to be more expensive, but they're actually contacting you. So of course, you know, those are going to be higher quality leads, and it's going to take less of those to actually close a deal, but it still may cost you $2,000 to $3,000 to actually close one deal if you were to go the more expensive route. Now, one software that is very, very important if you want to make $120,000 a year is PropStream. You need PropStream in your business. It's only $97 a month. You get a 7-day free trial. You can check it out using my link below, and you get 10,000 records. And if you have a small, medium, or large marketing budget, it doesn't matter. You need this software in your business. It's going to allow you to comp your properties. It's going to allow you to find motivated sellers. And it's going to allow you to find cash buyers as well too. And the good thing about it is, if you say, I have exhausted this particular market, I'm ready to go to another market now, even though it's hard to exhaust a market, I'm going to be honest with you. But if you decide that you wanted to go to another market, you can easily just go in that market, use the filter that you had in your other market, and you can pull data in that market to start generating leads in another market as well. So PropStream is definitely the most important thing. And also, if you just wanted to skip trace out of PropStream, you can do that as well too. It's definitely a key component to helping you generate $120,000 a year with the amount of data that you can pull every single month. Now, let's say you do pull your list out of PropStream, you market to your data, and you start generating leads. You start converting your prospects to leads. You're not going to close every single deal on the first touch, but most of the time, your deals are going to come from follow-ups. And I did give you a base number of 1 deal per month, but as you continue to add leads that you make offers on into follow-ups, you may go from closing 1 deal a month to 2 deals a month and to 3 deals or 4 deals a month. And that's going to allow you to dump more and more money back into your wholesaling business. And guess what? All that can happen in 1 year. But you just have to be consistent. You have to have your goals and everything in place to actually get this done. And you may make over 120,000 in your first year. And another thing that's very important, even the leads that you don't make offers on because you just didn't get to that point because the seller is not as motivated. If you use a system such as REI Reply, which I do, I have follow-up campaigns set up in REI Reply for the leads that I'm not able to make offers on. What I do, I just put those sellers in those campaigns and it automatically follow up with those sellers. However often I want to follow up with them until I'm able to make an offer to the seller. And then if I don't close it at that point in time, then I push it over to Podio. So you need to have your Podio set up and your REI Reply set up in order to handle leads that you have made offers on and leads that you haven't made offers on. Because the ones that you haven't made offers on can definitely turn into deals too. Now, if you want to see how I have my text messages automated in REI Reply, please feel free to check out my video up here and it'll show you how I automate the process of follow up, and it'll just give you some insights on how you can potentially set your follow-up up as well. So as you can see, it's just as simple as that. If you do everything that I said to do in this video, you have your follow-up set up, you have your REI Reply set up, you market to the sellers, you hire VAs. If you're in a position to do that and you have a large enough marketing budget to help speed up the process, you'll be well on your way to $120,000 this year. And then the next year you can shoot for $200,000 to $300,000 or even more. It's just completely up to you. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.